So what I'm doing is wet sanding this. Wet sanding will slightly rough up the surface. And what I'm going to do is just put a clear coat on everything. Because it's so beat up and everything, and I don't really want to go through the whole process of cleaning it, sanding it all down to where it's bare metal, priming it, and everything else. I'm just going to kind of do a protective clear coat over everything. And what you do is just use a little bit of warm soapy water, a little sanding block that's 1,000 grit or more, depending on how bad you're doing it. If you're going to do a whole repaint, you would take a few different steps, which I might actually do on the other one, my other motor that I have. But for this one, I'm just gonna, again, just sand it all, wet sand it. Then I'll spray it with this, sand it with that, and then you rinse it off when you're done. And with water, this is warm soapy water. Once you're done, you want to just rinse it off with plain water, so there's no soap residue. And then you can apply your clear coat or whatever other coat that you want to apply. So there will be some, spots that you can see obviously that aren't painted, but as long as we have a little bit of a clear coat, it'll keep it protected and it'll kind of give it a old rustic vibe to it. So all right, I'm just gonna do the rest of the parts now. Every once in a while you do want to spray this off as well. You can see kind of the paint comes off with it. The rest I'm actually going to do directly on the engine. I'm not going to take it all apart to try and get every single spot. I'll just kind of spray everything, make sure everything's covered that doesn't need to be sanded, and just do it that way. It's a little bit easier. Won't be a perfect finished product, but it'll look good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the engine here, covering parts that I don't want to necessarily get wet and gross. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of tuck this in like that. Most of the under part of the engine here is going to get covered, so I'm not too worried about that.